The Buria.
Sergio. Yeah, Sergio Chan tournament no so now still you were the group stages and OS how tournament almost scheduled this time around almost 19 teams almost grouped into 4 groups. So we say some of the groups were 5 teams. So as you be on TSA. Most often times your quarter tournament we say 4 teams in a group. What it means you'll be about 3 games at the end of the group stages near who gets or which team gets the opportunity to move forward. But we have some of the groups, 5 teams. Say Kobani see both some of the games are we say one team edan chain because enyen so kopim so babe wrem. So we have some of the countries quite share tournament as the first games now munyen drew ho. A bit is South Africa and Zambia mo. So it was during the second round of games ebemu and omobe wrem. And I said it was the turn for one of the co-hosts the Kenya. And in that game against Morocco, Sergio, it was a difficult game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Is it I
saw one from one Kenyan Nana Oka.
Okay.
Or in shillings almost shillings
okay.
And I'm a converter.
Okay. Okay. For beating Morocco.
For beating Morocco.
And are getting to this stage for the competition.
No, getting to this stage. So, like the last group game, but pairs how teams in they likely say.
The performance so far and all these guys can more.
Yeah. Because 3 games said you munyan lose and games munyan said you in 18.
Okay.
And I think they very good. And the other game was between Angola almost a ball against Zambia. Said you Angola also labored. The first game against Morocco they lost by 2-0. And of course they drew against Kenya, but Enwanona omunya that maximum result to keep them in the competition. And said you having that 2-1 win against Zambia appropriately Angolans for because now they have a chance to qualify pending the last game Omo Ebabebo against DR Congo. So said you Angolans who betimia qualify. And 2 games was Ebebasone. South Africa will be in action, and of course Uganda so ebe in action in that game Ebaso. So you see South Africa versus Guinea, and of course Uganda versus Niger. Also Edebebo ewo the competition. Said you quickly Yanko he Ghana for modembo modernity over the weekend. Yanko France near he Goa Augustin Boachi Esheye in that game versus Saint Etienne. And of course, SC Laval. So, Sergio Saint Etienne are dropping from the French Ligue 1 to Ligue 2. Omo drop it. Last season, after say a ball season, Omo entimianka. So, where first week for Ligue 2, next week na Ligue 1, so 2 Ghanaians started for Saint Etienne over the week that game. Ebenezer Annan, formerly of Red Star Belgrade, and of course, Augustin Boachi. This game ended in a 3-3 scoreline, and Augustin Boachi, former player of Wafa, Oko Wolfsberger AC, ni go no ena etregu amanfo ehunu. Sejo Oko ewo Czech Republic, Victoria Plazen, Prince Edu Kwabena, former striker of Bichem United, he was on target for the club Victoria Plazen over the weekend. Now, unfortunately, after say Oshe go no, Victoria Plazen and me and keep on hold of the leader now mono. So the game ended in a 1-1 scoreline. But this is how Prince Edu Kwabena held his fort, made sure to be control against all odds with the defender, made sure to be maneuver the way throughout Minya that good goal. Oshema Victoria Plazen against Esli Slovako ewo the Czech League no. Sergio ewo Europe where be oko Switzerland. Daniel Efrie Banier after making the move from FC Zurich to FC Arau. Sergio, he's getting some of the performances right, and they won by 2-1 over the weekend. And one of the goals are a free FC Arau. Omo guys omo was Daniel Efrie Banier, former player of Accra House of Folk. And this was how Daniel Efrie Banier go no ebaye. So they won by 2-0 over the weekend, and Daniel Efrie Banier was on target for the club. Sergio, Europe where be when a friendly game between Atalanta against FC Opatija. So 2 Ghanaians are omunyina ewomu that game no Meka Kamal Din Sulemana and Ibrahim Sulemana. Both guys were on target. So Kamal Din Sulemana na go no na Eddie Kaintremo initially amount for eheno. And of course, after that, Ibrahim Sulemana also was on target. This game ended in a 3-3 scoreline, and those 2 Sulemana guys omoye Ghana for omo Atalanta game no omunyina were on target. Sejo free ehonoma. Oko China, Frank Echampong was also on target for the club. Henan FC against Shenzhen City. So Sejo Henan FC won by 4-1. And two of the goals came from Frank Echampong. He supplied the goals on that day when they won over the weekend. And it was a very good scoreline for Henan FC. Last weekend, Frank Echampong was on target. This time around, this weekend, Seju, he was also on target again for the club, Mecca FC Henan. And of course, Seju, Oko USA, FC Dallas, any Portland Timbers, also a boy. Na Lalas Abubakar, Abuabuni, this year, Seju, and also Oshe Gobi from a corner kick after say corner no, omuteki corner no na. Lalas Abubakar Sejo Nigono in the Tremu Ewo MLS Major League Soccer who had a game between Dallas FC and of course Portland Timbers, former team of Razak Abalo, former team of Adam Lassen Kwarase baby at a point in time Okodama Omo Ewo the MLS no. So this was how Lalas Abubakar scored the goal. Isaac Nu in Belgium was also on target for the club. Okay. Unfortunately, you have video. So
what video no?
Isaac Nu goal.
Oh, okay.
At least you've seen some couple of guys scoring over the weekend.
Me bon komo kakra bi aba na fi eba betwa so e de amamo